Hello everyone, this is Taliesin McKnight. Thank you for joining me today. Today's subject is how to program your mind. And I will tell you various methods and techniques for programming your mind. And the idea is that the brain, your mind, is like a computer that can be programmed. So you can program your mind like a computer. And there are a lot of really good methods for doing this. And this is part of motivational psychology, how to obtain self-transformation, self-actualization, and to be the person that you'd like to be in your life. There are a lot of really good books on this subject. When I was a kid, my grandmother was all into this stuff, and I kind of grew up on this, and there are a lot of really good books that were passed around that I would recommend. One of these is Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. And Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz, he talks about the goal-seeking mechanism within the subconscious mind and how to actively change your self-image. Another one is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. There is also Jose Silva, the Silva method. So Silva Mind Control, and he used to have an actual course. So basically you have the ability to program your mind for success, and this is what hypnosis is. Hypnosis is programming your mind. It is a technique. First, you have the induction, where you go into a relaxed state of mind, and then you are given a suggestion. The suggestion is whatever you're trying to accomplish by hypnosis. So, for someone that has a certain vice, you could program their mind to overcome certain things, to overcome fears, etc. And so that is hypnosis. Hypnosis is just one method. Now, in my next video, I will teach a method for self-hypnosis. So stay tuned, sirs and madams. So today, we're going to talk about other techniques. And one of these is called affirmations. Now, what is an affirmation? An affirmation is something, it is a sentence that you repeat over and over and over again. So an affirmation is a sentence that you use to program your mind. Again, let's say that your mind is like a computer that you can program. The affirmation is the programming. So you create a sentence in order to cause self-change in your life, in order to transform the personality. Let's say, for example, that you suffer from social anxiety. Let's say when you go into groups of people, you get uncomfortable. Your affirmation, a sentence that you repeat over and over again, could be, I'm popular, 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 I'm popular. And the idea is that repeating this over and over and over again, you're in a sense programming your mind. So an affirmation is something that you repeat over and over and over again. Or let's say that you suffer from depression, or that you're sad a lot. You could tell yourself over and over, I'm happy, 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 I'm happy. So an affirmation is a sentence or a word, something like that, a sentence that you repeat over and over and over and over and over again. And the idea is that when something is repeated again and again and again, it goes into the subconscious and programs your mind. Now this particular technique was developed by Emile Coué, who was a pharmacist, and he came up with what he called conscious autosuggestion. And there is a link with this, with hypnotherapy and hypnosis. But what Emile Coué called conscious autosuggestion, he noticed the placebo effect in a sense, not exactly, that when he would give someone a medication, when he would praise the medicine, that it seemed to do better work. Emile Coué came up with what he called conscious autosuggestion, where you will repeat an affirmation over and over and over. And to his patients, he told them to say, every day in every way, I am getting better and better and better. So, autosuggestion is the use of affirmations while in your regular waking consciousness. Emile Coué suggested that we repeat our affirmations 30 times in the morning upon awakening and 30 times upon going to bed. So, an affirmation, this is something to take very seriously. This, if you're going to use this principle, this is not something, oh, I watched a video on that, that's cool, I learned that. This is something that if you really want to apply this, you need to take action in order to cause change to occur in your life. So you need to take action and try out these methods. Now, before you criticize, before you come to a judgment, you need to experience this for yourself and try it for yourself. And this is, in a sense, the scientific method with self-experimentation. Except in this sense, you are the experimenter and the experiment. So experiment upon yourself with this. Now, if you do notice a bunch of change, and you say, well, that's nonsense. Well, then how did the change occur? Was it just by the power of suggestion that you expected it? Which brings us right back to suggestion and how it worked. So, yeah. So if you try out these techniques and you notice a difference, there's no way out of it. You could say, oh, well, I just expected it to happen, and it happened. Yes, that's the whole idea, y'all. So, an affirmation is a sentence that you repeat again and again and again in order to program your mind for success. So what you need to do, I have a paper and a pen here. What you need to do is get out a pen and paper and write down, I'm successful. Whatever you'd like to do to program your mind. So yeah. So an affirmation is a sentence that you repeat again and again and again and again and again and again. And this is conscious autosuggestion. This is a form of hypnosis without the induction or altered state. And this is something that I have used in my own life for years, and I've noticed quite a bit of change. As I said, when I was a kid, I kind of grew up with these books that my grandmother gave me, and I have used these things for years. I have used these tools, and I have noticed from experience that there's a lot of change that occurs. And I truly believe that there are two types of knowledge. There is the knowledge that you derive from books, and then there is also the experiential knowledge that comes from experience. And before you make a judgment on whether this works or not, you need to try it out and experience it. Now, I talk about religion quite a bit, and I study religion. For example, I study Judaism. And I have a very, very small amount of Jewish blood. My grandmother's last name was Winberg, so yeah, but insignificant amount. I'm not Jewish per se, but I do study Judaism in two ways. For one thing, book learning. This is Essential Judaism, A Complete Guide to Beliefs, Customs, and Rituals by George Robinson. This is a badass book, y'all. And this 700-page book, I have read this over and over. Now, book learning is only half of it. You have to experience it. I go to synagogue. Reading a book on Judaism isn't the same thing as going in there and hearing the Hebrew chanted by the cantor or the chazan. Reading a book on sex isn't the same as doing it and getting freaky. Reading a book on swimming isn't the same as getting your feet wet. So, experiential knowledge. Getting a little off topic, y'all. So, affirmation is a sentence that you repeat again and again and again in order to program your mind for success or whatever you'd like to accomplish. Another method is visualization. Now, this is something you hear a lot about in the New Age community. Visualization, creative visualization, what you will do is visualize. Now, the subconscious mind thinks a lot through images, not words, but images. So a really effective method is to visualize what you want to accomplish as a way to program your mind. So as an example, if you have social anxiety or a certain phobia, you visualize yourself in this situation successful. Let's say you have a fear of spiders. You have a fear of spiders. Visualize yourself picking it up, having no fear, whatever. So visualization is another way to program your mind. Now, with the use of affirmations and visualization, these are effective tools. Now, another method that is less often used and thrown around is the use of symbol. The subconscious mind thinks through symbol. Now, these techniques are used by the media industry. They are used in commercials. Commercials. When corporations and advertising companies make commercials, a lot of what they tell you is subliminal. So you can use these techniques on yourself. Now, symbol is another method of programming your subconscious mind. For example, let's say that you're a wimp and you get pushed around a lot. No one wants to be a wimp, y'all. So what you can do is focus upon an image that represents self-assertion. Now, the tarot cards, they are not just tools for divination. There are so many more applications. They're used for path working, meditation, self-programming. There's so many learning how to visualize. There's so many further methods for tarot. Now, tarot are pictures that are symbolic and represent things. So you already have a bunch of images that represent things, full of symbolism. So right there you have a deck of symbols that you could use. Now, if you're a wimp and you get pushed around a lot, for one thing, you can take the image of the emperor. The emperor shows a man upon a throne with a long beard. He is an emperor. He's a strong leader. He is an emperor ruling over an empire. And he sits upon a throne and holds within his hands a scepter of power. By focusing, and by focusing I mean staring at the card, by looking at the card and focusing on that image with intent for a while, that is a method of programming your mind. To obtain popularity, focus on the sun or the Three of Cups, which shows three youths in some decks holding up cups together, whatever the case may be. So by focusing upon the image or symbols, you can program your mind because the subconscious thinks through symbols. Or you can do the visualization. You can visualize the symbol. For example, you can visualize in your mind the emperor upon a throne, or you can even visualize yourself merging with the emperor and taking upon its essence. So the use of affirmations, visualization, and symbol, you could accomplish these things. Now, guided imagery or creative visualization, there are many more applications. In this meditation technique, it's to develop loving kindness. So you could visualize a neighbor and allow yourself to feel love for that person. And then you could, after a few days, you can visualize a complete stranger and allow yourself to feel love for that person. That's your meditation, is focusing on love, love, love. And then, once you get really good at this practice, you can visualize an enemy and allow yourself to feel love. So that's a way to program your mind for loving kindness. And we all need a little bit more of that. Now, what I would like to say is that using these techniques, it's not just going to whoosh and happen. For example, if you suck at people, you're not just going to tell yourself over and over, I'm popular, I'm popular, I'm popular. And then poof, and you're popular. You may need to do some work on yourself. So visualization and stuff isn't going to change it completely if your behavior caused you to get ostracized. So you may need to do a little work. What this will do is give you the confidence to learn and accomplish. Or if you need to develop a better work ethic, you're not just going to visualize and poof, better job. You need to do certain work upon yourself. And self-actualization and creating your life does need a little work. Another thing I would like to say before I close is that you need to, a lot of motivational psychology books tell you to repress negative thoughts of yourself. For example, Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz says that whenever a bad idea of yourself comes up, say cancel, and then say the opposite, positive. And that's a good way to overcome negative programming. But when you repress, it's still there in the unconscious. You need to have a back and forth communication. So the whole time that you are molding your personality, you need to have a back and forth communication. And this could be done by dreams, having a dream notebook, and writing down your dreams and analyzing your dreams. So that's a way for your subconscious to speak back to you. Another method is self-introspection, listening, examining your own thoughts, examining your own emotions, and this is a form of self-knowledge. So there is a back and forth communication. You program your subconscious to what you want to be, and you listen to what your unconscious tells you in dreams and self-analysis. And this is developing a relationship with the subconscious. It is a uniting the two hemispheres of the brain. It is a way of developing a relationship between the conscious and subconscious minds. Many people talk about having relationships with other people. You have relationships with your parents. You have relationships with your coworkers. But how many people have relationship with themselves and their own psyche? Just saying. So anyways, those are methods for programming your mind, and those are techniques for how to program your mind. Affirmations, visualization, and symbol. And in my next video, I will cover self-hypnosis. Anyways, once again, this is Taliesin McKnight, and take it easy, y'all, and use the techniques, and have an experiential wisdom. Anyway, see y'all next time.